Yo, salutations. Salutations. You know what? I was sitting here just getting my thoughts together, and I'm like, damn, man, it's 6 o'clock yet? My bad. But we back, y'all. We are back. Welcome to another Raider Nation Unlimited. I'm your man, Wasted Talent. We got a lot of things to get into, man. Some Stiddy Cent news. That's right. Calling the man Stiddy Cent because he played like a gangster yesterday. I loved it. We're gonna get some Derek Carr news, some David Carr news. We're gonna look into, some of the options we have going into the offseason. But as I always say, let's start this podcast. Yeah. Yes. Oh, yes. What is the deal, man? Let's get it. Hey, man, look, two things. Two things. Yesterday, man, I saw a guy come in and play at a level, man, that made me really, really happy. And see, the one thing you're going to get at Raider Nation Unlimited is you're not going to get narrative-based content. You are going to get honest opinions, man. I'm going to look at what's going on, and I'm going to give you my opinion honestly because I don't have a narrative to push. A lot of other people out there, and I really don't worry about what other content creators do. A lot of other people, they have certain narratives that they have to ride because it's lucrative for them to ride that particular narrative. But for me, I understand that the NFL is a week-to-week league. I understand that things are subjective, things change. And I think that you have to go into that giving your honest opinion, man. So listen, Wasted is always going to give you the truth, what I'm saying, from my perspective. That might not be the truth to you, but I'm going to give you my real opinion. I'm not going to try to ride a narrative to the wheels fall off like some people have been doing. But my first super today, my brother, Raider Primos, thank you, man. You are far too kind for the $9.99 super chat. Salute, Wasted. Keep doing what you do. I'm ready for days after the Super Bowl in the offseason. I think Ziegler is going to set this team up for greatness for seasons to come. And I hope so, my brother. I just hope that they have a golden opportunity to really set the table because when you go into a season without a a contract of a top quarterback on your roster, and you already got a lot of talent on this roster, as we've seen, especially if you can keep with Josh Jacobs, you already at the skill positions. You have a top 5 player at 3 major positions. If you can keep Josh Jacobs, excuse me, you can keep, of course, Devontae Adams is going to be in. If you can keep Darren Waller, I think Darren Waller is a little bit outside of the top 5, but that's me. You know what I'm saying? But Darren Waller is a genetic freak, right? So at this point, you have some guys that you can work with. You have a decent left tackle. You got a decent center. The line is probably missing a guard position. Maybe you can go get another right tackle, but this offense is primed and ready to go. It's ready to go. All you got to do is fill in the gaps on the defensive end of the ball and get a little more depth. You know what I'm saying? But look, man, I listen, I am ecstatic about where we're going. Let me get some salutations, some shout outs to all my peoples in the room. Yo, we got 200 in the room already, man. Get wasted with your brother Wasted. Tell a friend to tell a friend. My God. My dog, Halo Raider. What is the deal? Raider Sal, Shad Owens, my dog Van City. Yo, 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 my brother Wasted Talent. What is the deal? My dog Thor and the Raider Nation Drinking Club. Y'all, if y'all haven't already subscribed, what they do over there is a little different than what we do here, but it's all Raider Nation. It's all fun. It's all fam. And these are guys that are OGs in the Raider Nation and going back to the Oakland days, the Oco Coliseum experiences. So if you want to see any of that kind of stuff, man, go over there and go pull up on my dog Thor, man. It's a true Raider, man. My dog Orlando Padilla, what it is. Dominique 5. Visual combo, rated two-face. My dog LV Maximus, the official Mount Shillmore security. My dog Jano is in a place to be. I think Sean Armgren is in the place to be. Where the hell is Sean Jones, the producer of Raider Nation Unlimited? Sean, what is going on here, my brother? But look, let me get to some of these comments. Rated Two-Face, salute that wasted talent. Greetings from San Diego. Stiddy had himself a ball game. The future is bright. I am excited to see who's going to be our new starting QB. Rated Two-Face, I am too, bro. I am not going to get too high, and I'm not going to get too low on Jarrett Stidham and how he played because it's one game, but it was a hell of a one game. Let's just call it what it is. I saw a lot of things from Jarrett Stidham that was a lot different from the previous holder of that job. I'm just gonna look, man. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. You know, some of the things I saw from Jarrett Stidham, man, were stuff that I've been hoping to see from the incumbent of that job, man. And I've never seen it from him. And to be honest with you, man, it was refreshing, man. It was refreshing to see him stand in the pocket, man, and deliver a strike and get the stuffing knocked out of him and throw a damn touchdown. I mean, it was a beautiful, beautiful thing. And to not for nothing, you know, Devontae Adams commented on. I'm gonna find the tweet a little later, but look, Stidham has significantly better pocket presence and awareness and ability to scramble and throw. You know, he seems a lot more confident under center for whatever reason, man. You know, he doesn't buckle when the pocket collapses. You know, he just goes out there, he delivers a strike, and he stands in there, man. And I love what I saw from him, man. I love it, man. We got another super in the room, my dog, John Corrigan. We need D tackles, some ballers at QBs, a ball hawk to play free safety, move Marion to strong safety, and resign Perriman to mold a couple of new linebackers. QB second round. John Corrigan, that sounds like a plan, my brother. And I'm going to be honest with you. You know, a lot of people are saying, well, you know, we blew a 10-point lead and, you know, there's no moral victories and, you know, and there's no moral victories and there's no this and there's no that, bro. There are no more victories, right? But the thing is that you have these very same people who are saying this who have been apologists for mediocrity for way too long. So now all of a sudden we want to have this high standard for a defense who has half of their fucking half of the impact players that are on this defense. And this has been a bend don't break unit. Make no mistake about it. The money was invested on the offensive side of this football. The offensive side of this football was supposed to carry this team. Let's make no mistake about that. So now all of a sudden things didn't work out the way we saw. And then now we're sitting up here and we're going to say, oh, what about the defense? This defense is a bend, don't break defense. Like last week in Pittsburgh, bro, they gave the ball back 6 times, 6 3-and-outs. They held that team to 3 points for most of the game. What else do you want from them? What else do you want? It just gets to a certain point where, it's about execution. It's about execution. Just like how everybody said, Josh McDaniels is a terrible play caller. And then we play the number 1 defense in the league to the final bell. What happened all of that? The offense looked smooth as hell to me. It looked as smooth as eggs. Y'all, we got 284 in the room. Get wasted with your brother. Wasted. Tell a friend. Share it out. Y'all, and I'm like 40 away from 6K, man. Y'all got to get me there. If you watching, you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Get with it or get lost, my dog. My dogs, man. Rated Geo. You have to give Stidham at least a year. If Brady doesn't come, Stid is the only one who knows the system. Rated Geo, that is a factory, brother. And I'm going to be quite honest with you. You know, there's also another narrative that is permeating Raider Nation that I just don't believe. And we're going to get into it really, really quickly, man. I mean, I've heard a lot of people say that, you know, Josh McDaniels was calling plays differently for Stidham and he was holding back and he was setting Carr up and all of this goofy kind of like conspiracy contrarian take that is not shrouded in any kind of football knowledge. Listen, Josh McDaniels called, and he said this in a press conference, call relatively a lot of the same stuff they run with Derek Carr. The difference is that the execution is different. Derek Carr won't move. He won't roll out. He won't get, he won't take off the same way Stidham. Stidham is willing to do that. And that's no knock on Derek. They're just two different style guys. So the play looks different to the naked eye, but it's the same fucking plays. Just the execution was different. And to be quite honest with you, if this regime didn't have the best intentions for Derek Carr, they could have moved on from him right when he got here. They could have went full John Gruden. They could have said, yo, listen, let's trade him. They had suitors and everything for him last year that were willing to give up 2 first-round picks for him. They could have got rid of him right when they got here. But they didn't because they believed in him, but they had to be smart and leave themselves a trap door just in case the situation didn't work out. Because the only thing that's for sure, as the great wrestler Sting would say, is nothing's for sure. So they put this trap door in. They gave Derek every chance to win this job because it was his job. They gave him every chance, bro. They did everything they can. They removed all the obstacles away from him like great managers do. I've always been told that what a manager's job is to remove obstacles from the workforce, right? And that's pretty much what they did. No number one receiver, Devontae. You want your guys, you got them. You need some money, you need your contract taken care of, here you go. You need a running back, here you go. You need the running back to be featured, here you go. Now, I see a lot of people say that like these guys are going out there purposefully losing games. Like nobody purposefully loses games. Like if my man was here and he was playing like Dan Marino, he'd still be playing and we'd be winning. But that's not the case. The same way how you could see what they did in the offseason. They went out and drafted running backs. The only guy they didn't give them his money to was Josh Jacobs. They were doing running back by committee and all this bogus shit. And what wound up happening was they saw what it is. Josh Jacobs is a dog. He is special. You have to give him the ball 90% of the time. And they adjusted because it was effective. Coaches are going to do what's effective. Based off, they're not going to just nobody's going to ride out with a narrative or this viewpoint that doesn't work. It's ridiculous, man. Salutations, Nation's Finest, my dog. My guy, how you feel about trading back and getting extra picks to fix the damn trenches? Bro, if it makes sense. See, the thing about it is, Nation's Finest, everybody talks about trading back, but sometimes when you trade back, you trade out of a position to pick up the player that you need. I'm always a firm believer that when you have a glaring need and that person is staring you in your face, you can't play any games. Because just like we need help in the trenches, other teams in this league do too. These guys are not growing on trees, bro. So if you're in the second round, you're picking early in the second round, and that defensive tackle is on that board, you go get him and you don't play any games. Because especially if he's a guy that you feel is a special talent in your building, you go get him. So you know what? Trading down is all fun and well when you have luxury picks that need to be made. Like, say, for instance, you trade down, it's a draft loaded with wide receivers. You have 3 or 4 guys at that positional group that you value. If you trade down, if you're okay with any one of them, that's when you trade down. But if that guy's the one, you never want to trade out of your spot to get the one. You understand what I'm saying, brother? Great TD throw to Adams. He scrambled to the sideline. He made the throw. That is a fact, John. That is a fact, man. Cecil Jenkins. Can't lie. You need a dual threat QB in this era. Carr was the last of a dying breed. Hopefully, Stidham can keep growing. And see, Jarrett Stidham is a guy who was the number 1 recruit coming out of high school, bro. In years when, you had guys on that list named Joe Burrow, guys on that list named Kyler Murray. I mean, it's a who's who of football now. And he was ranked above a lot of these guys. I mean, guys like Lamar Jackson, he was ranked above a lot of these guys. So Jarrett Stidham's pedigree is a pedigree to where he is a special talent. He did really well at Auburn. He came out. He was supposed to be the heir apparent to Tom Terrific, and it didn't work out for him in New England. And now being in this system for a couple of years, it's really good that we have the luxury of having a young man like this on our roster. I hope we keep him because he's in a free agent year. I think we will keep him. Thing is that I'm not ready to anoint him as our new guy. He hasn't done enough yet. And if I think that if he can go out and play similar to the way that he did, win, lose, or draw this week, I think what he's earned himself is a shot. That's all he's earned. He hasn't earned himself a spot. He's earned himself a shot at the job. And I will hope that whomever they bring in, short of a superstar player like Tom Brady, that they make Jarrett Stidham and whoever else is here on his roster go out there and compete for the job. Really have a real quarterback competition. Man, seeing a QB with great pocket presence, mobility, and accuracy was a breath of fresh air. If we can't get TB12, I'd give him a shot at QB1 before bum ass Jimmy G. I feel you, bro. Rated two-face. Wasted. He didn't rush for 100 yards, but he had 46 rushing yards, and over 300 yards passing plus 3 TDs. The number one defense. Yeah, good start to the new year. We didn't win, but at least we know we're moving on. And I think that's where the a lot of what people are feeling right now is. We got a super up in here, man. I miss one, man. My bad, Brian Chavez. Very fun / refreshing to see a new QB do his freaking work. My dog, I appreciate it. Yo, we got almost 500 in the room. Make sure y'all get wasted and y'all tell a friend to tell a friend. We are on the road to 10K. Stidham earned his shot. Anyone who called ball out that against it, wait, hold up. Fucking this up. Stidham earned a shot. Anyone who can ball out against that 49ers defense has earned that spot. Stidham is better than Carr. I don't know. But what I know is this. He put the best QB performance on this year, and that really is there's no debate about that. Jarrett Stidham made this offense look the best it's looked all year. He actually got every one of our superstars involved, which was excellent. What was excellent, man. That's something that we really, really haven't seen. And yo, my dog, Raider Junkie Cisco. The team played motivated, bro, but that's kind of what happens when you have a change at quarterback, when you have change. It's the same, it's similar to when you have an interim head coach come in. You get that interim head coach win, similar to what happened with the Indianapolis Colts when they played us. That new energy, that new feeling, that tends to dissipate. The funny thing is now the Stidham situation is something that we can't really wrap our hands around because we only got one more game in this season and we don't know how that shit's going to go. Wayne, I think we could have probably won more games with him, especially how good Jacobs has been. Yes, you know what, man? I want to reserve judgment, but I believe that if, because there are a lot of people in Raider Nation that are saying that they set DC up for failure and, Stidham is really their guy. If Stidham was their guy and they believed that, they would have went with him from the door. Why play around? Like, they don't have to really answer to anybody at this point as far as with Derek Carr. They never did. They could have just went on out there, cut him, and moved on and did this. But I think they wanted to give DC every chance to earn a job. We knew our defense is trash, but imagine if the Raiders scored 34 points against the Saints, Jags, Chargers, Cards, Titans, Chiefs, Pittsburgh, the Rams, 8 possible wins, bro. And if it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. You know what I'm saying, Primos? I don't like to go back and Monday morning quarterback shit that happened a month ago. What I will tell you is we talk about this defense, but if you're going to talk about this defense, let's be fair and judge them fairly. Everybody says the defense is trash, which is not true. This week, the defense was trash because they're missing guys that are gaping holes out there. Not having, like, we bitched about Chandler Jones. Chandler Jones was a dog against the run this year. And Chandler Jones got so many hurries and pressures that freed up Max Crosby and helped Max Crosby a lot, man. Missing Rock Ya-Sin is a huge, huge, huge miss, man. Because to be quite honest with you, Rock Ya-Sin is our second most talented defensive back on this roster. Our depth has been eroded at DB. And now you have Nate Hobbs looking like he regressed because he's coming back from an injury and he has to play outside more so than not. Last year, he played in the slot because there wasn't a need for him to play outside most of the time because we had Casey Hayward. And this year, you had Rock Ya-Sin and you had other guys. You had Sam Webb and all these guys. Now people are hurt, and now it's a necessity for Hobbs to play outside. I don't think that suits his skill set, to be quite honest with you, man. Jamal Williams, what it is. Scout posted Stidham avoided 5 sacks. Bro, it looked like he avoided a lot more, brother. He looked excellent out there. He was juking and jiving, swishing and dishing, throwing the ball down the field like a dog. Top beats my dog. Just on the GP, kid. Happy New Year's, B. Top beats my motherfucking dog, man. Love you, bro. Appreciate you, my dude. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. My bro Sultan Mir, my brother, salutations. How you feel about the weirdos talking about McDaniels having a bad game and play calling last night? I don't know about who we talking about, bro. Only thing I know is that from what I see, I think Josh McDaniels called a hell of a game. And I see some people talking about like I saw on Twitter actually, somebody was saying that Josh McDaniels made a bad play call on the goal line, and I don't see it that way. I mean, I just think that our guard got beat. The play got blown up, and Josh Jacobs got stuffed in the backfield. Like as soon as he got the ball, the guy was behind him. So guys get beat. That doesn't mean it's a bad play call. You know what I'm saying? Like even if Stidham would have tried to do the sneak, our guys got beat up front. It is what it is. And what we're forgetting is we have injuries on the offensive line aplenty. This is not our best offensive line, bro. So if you're going to get into a down and distance where you need a hat on a hat and you need the goons to be on the goons, we're going to lose that battle with a defensive front like the 49ers. We're going to lose that battle. I mean, even if we're at full strength, but how hard is it to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish when you're not at full strength? We got to understand this team has dealt with a lot of injury, a lot. And nobody's talking about that because, some people have narratives that they're trying to push. Some people don't want to admit that, man, it was time. This offense looks very, very formidable just inserting one guy. That's all I'm going to say, man. When Stiddy threw that second TD to Adams, he got lit up, but waited and scrambled and threw it knowing he was going to get blasted. Mad respect for Stiddy. Yes, he knew he was going to get plastered, bro. And that's the kind of shit that I haven't seen in a long, long time. Yo, we got over 508 in the room. Y'all get wasted with your brother Wasted, man. Y'all are far too kind, man. And who's ever watching, if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Get with it or get lost, my brother. My dog, Carr would have taken 4 sacks, 3 interceptions, and 2 intentional grounders and broke his leg yesterday. David Carr better consider this a mercy and shut the F up. Now, we got to get into the David Carr thing. Now, guys, look, I don't want to kill Derek. Derek's gone. He's not our quarterback anymore. And to be honest with you, I don't want to disrespect Derek. We don't know that would have happened. We just pontificating at this point on some bullshit. We don't know how Carr would have played. Only thing I know is that when you have a defensive front that's that ferocious, you need a guy that's a little bit more mobile. And Stidham seems to be that guy. And y'all heard the man. Pay that bar tab, click that like button, and subscribe to the show. You already know. Stand delicious County Bullies. Still lost, but it's okay because it ain't Carr. No, it's not okay, bro. We never want to see any losses, bro. But what you got to look at is you got to look at how we lost. You got to look at the style of play. And what you got to do is, if you're a content creator like myself, I got to talk about the positives and negatives of the game. Positive of the game is that the quarterback definitely wasn't the problem. Now, a lot of the games this season, we couldn't say that. That's all I'm going to say. Like, let's just be for real here. We being for real. We keeping it a bean. The quarterback wasn't the problem yesterday. And he threw one pick, trying to make a play. It's all good. The second pick got tipped because Colton Miller got put in his lap by Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa is an animal. He put Colton Miller in his lap. He dominated Colton Miller. He treated him like the sled at practice. It was ridiculous the way he got dominated, man. And that's what happened with that play. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Stiddy looked like he may fit the part. I wish they would have benched Carr 3 games ago because we still could have seen if he's the real deal. You know what, man? I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I believe that the situation with our former quarterback needed to go the way it went. Because had they benched him, people would have said it's premature. People would have had this narrative. Now people see, based off of the way this young man played, man, this should have happened a long time ago. Anybody who's being rational and not using the narrative and not just being emotional about the situation. Look, there are a lot of feelings tied into this whole situation. That's why it's something that we kind of can't avoid. Some of us have taken the stance like my bro Grav. He said to me, he said, "Yo, man, look, I don't want to talk about Carr no more," and I feel him. But to me, I think it's unavoidable because this is a guy who shaped the Raiders for the last 9 years, and it doesn't just take 1 week to get that out of our system here. He is gonna loom large into the middle of next season, like real shit. Like where he's gonna go. Is it gonna be a team that we gotta play all the time? Is he gonna come back and make us look bad? Who's gonna replace him? There's so many things that are swirling around this organization that pretty much is what it is, man. Wait a minute. So look, my dog, Bill Gates, in a place to be wasted. My brother, Stidham might be the guy, but we need someone for him to compete with. Yes, you cannot give him the job. I want to see him come in and win the job. If he wins the job, I'm all for it. But I'm over giving people quarterback jobs just cause. You gotta let him come in there and you gotta let him compete. You gotta let him compete. Oh shit, my bro Doc's in a place to be. Doc's what it is. What it is, my dog. Hold on. My dog Raider Primos. Did Stiddy have that game due to the Niners having no tape on him? Also, what are some of the things Stiddy could work on in the future? I mean, the only thing Stiddy could work on for what I can see, man, is accuracy and ball placement. And just his command and his presence over the huddle and stuff like that. Just reps. The more you play, the better you get, right? And as far as the Niners not having tape on them, they're too good of a defense to let somebody light them up for 34 points just based off of not having tape on one guy. So I think the way Jarrett Stidham played was the fact that he is comfortable in his offense. He's been in his offense his whole career, and he has a lot of athletic ability. And we got a lot of weapons. Like, there's not a whole lot that separates some of these guys and NFL guys. I tell you that all the time. It's all about when preparation meets opportunity. That's where the luck comes in. My dog, tempo seemed better last night, wasted, and we played without a handbrake on. The Equinox is still a reality. Yes, yo, I'm not giving up on the Equinox. It's still taking shape. It's just not happening this year right now, my brother. My dog, yeah, bang, bang. You felt that thing. 49ers in trash. LV. Oh, my God. Did y'all see what I had to do yesterday? Did y'all see what I had to do yesterday? I had to go into a den of vipers yesterday. I went out with my homeboy, longtime friend. He is a member of the Niners. What do they call the Winers Empire? The Niners Empire. It's like a off-brand version of the Black Hole and Raider Nation. It's a 49ers club. No, shout out to them. They were very gracious. They were cool. It's funny because a lot of them guys subbed up to the pod and stuff like that. But I went into a 49ers club with me and two other Raiders, and we took that shit over, man. Let me tell you, it takes probably 70 49ers fans to deal with 4 Raider fans. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous, man. We went in there and took over, my brother. Pedro Benincourt. All I know is Stidham showed us he's a better option than Carr. Same playbook, better outcome. And that shit is something else, yo. I've heard people sit up here and say that they ran different plays and it's a different playbook and they had another playbook under the table just for Jarrett Stidham to make Carr look bad. And to me, these are the same people who, when they're told that there's no Santa Claus, they make up all this other shit out. Well, maybe he disappears. And if kids are watching, I'm sorry I said that there is a Santa Claus. But like I'm saying, bro, these are the same plays, bro. Look at when the all 22 comes out, I'm gonna pick 5 plays and I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna ask my bro Andy, my man Big Mike, to show y'all these plays are the same plays. It's the execution. It's just that little piece of, okay, this is broke down downfield. Let me roll to the right and give this guy over here more time to get open and throw the ball. Let me stand in the pocket and deliver the ball under the rest and get hit. That's all it is. It's like, so when people say Josh McDaniels can't call plays, it's bullshit. A lot of people want to say, okay, well, he's in the top 10 offenses, and I had all the numbers up, right? I got it somewhere on my phone. I got to look. The years that Josh McDaniels was at the top of the league as far as offense and play calling and things of that nature, right? So this is McDaniels' rankings after he left Denver. 2012, first in yards, first in scoring. 2013, seventh in yards, third in scoring. 2014, 11th in yards, fourth in scoring. 2015, sixth in yards, third in scoring. 2016, fourth in yards, third in scoring. 2017, first in yards, second in scoring. 2018, fifth in yards, fourth in scoring. 2019, 15th in yards, seventh in scoring. 2020, 27th and 27, because that was the year right after Brady, right? And you had Cam Newton get hurt and all of that. And then he rebounded in 2021 with a rookie quarterback, Mac Jones, 15th in yards, sixth in scoring, made the playoffs, got a rookie to the Pro Bowl, even though it wasn't well-deserved. So when people say that Josh McDaniels is not a good play caller, or they try to take all of the things that this man has done in his NFL career and just put it on the lap of Tom Brady or put it on the lap of Bill Belichick, that shit's not fair and it's not accurate. It's just not. The guy's a good play caller. So now you have this man coming here, and now all of a sudden he don't know his left hand from his right hand. That's bullshit to me. That's bullshit. It has not. It has more so to do with execution on the field than the actual play that's being called. And I will say that forever. I'll say that forever, man. Enrico Rios. Miller was so down on himself after the game. Enrico, he should be, bro. Colton Miller has not been playing great this year. He's really been getting whipped a lot this year. And I think that's an area of concern for the Raiders. If there's a chance that they can upgrade that position, I would not hesitate. I would not hesitate. Now, Colton Miller has been very good for us, but he's never been an all-pro. He's a really good tackle. I'm not saying to just run the guy out of town like a dog, but if you can find somebody that you feel is better for the scheme that we're playing, great. Colton Miller was drafted during the Tom Cable era when they ran a lot of zone blocking concepts. And now they're in this power situation with Carmen Basillo, and it's not really working out so great. Facts. Carr going to be the topic of conversation for at least 2 more years. Yeah, well, look, it all depends on what happens. If he goes somewhere and balls out, we're never going to hit the end of it. If he's pedestrian like he's been here, and we get a guy that comes in that starts making incremental changes, then the narrative goes away. They should have benched Carr versus Saints. We could have known a little more what we had with Stidham. Bro, I think that this organization, behind the scenes, they know what they got in Jarrett Stidham. They know what they have. It's more so about us. How do we feel about it? And that's not really important. The result is what's the most important. So now the question is, Casey and Stidham, if he balls out, I think it's a toss-up of whether we go after Brady and the QB in the draft. But if Richardson is on the board, we can't pass up on that. Big decisions, top beast. Look, I think no matter what, they're definitely going to take a swing at the best quarterback of all time. Now, if he retires, if he's not here, and I think that a lot of the Brady stuff is it makes too much sense for it to happen almost, right? Because there are other teams who do need a quarterback right now. If this kid Brock Purdy continues on the trajectory he's on, they might have a quarterback controversy over there in San Francisco. But what I do know is Trey Lance at this point had an issue with his ankle. He might still into next season be out. Brock Purdy, if he falls back down to earth, what are you going to do with that? Jimmy Garoppolo destroyed his leg. He won't be back this season and into next season, right? So Tom Brady, growing up, being a 49er fan, being idolizing Joe Montana, maybe Brady might want to go out playing in his hometown. Maybe he might want to come here. And then we also got to keep in mind that Tom Brady is 46 years old, bro. And Father Time is undefeated, and you're just waiting for the time when that 46-year-old man starts playing like a 46-year-old man and falls off the cliff. Now, the one thing I will say about being a quarterback in NFL, which is a lot different than it was in previous years, is that these guys don't get hit the same way anymore. A lot of the rules would change. If quarterbacks were able to get hit before, during, and after the play, like back in the day, Tom Brady would have been going probably 11 years ago. He'd have been going 11 years ago. But right now, it's almost a place where they don't get touched. So if you give a guy that's been in the booth and has been watching the game and he's been playing his position and in the NFL the exact same. He's been in the league in the NFL in his lifetime more than he hasn't been in the NFL. So this is a man who knows this game from a mental standpoint like none other. So if he's physically, if even if he's 80% of himself, we got something. But if he's 50 or 60% of himself, then now you're in mediocrity hell with your quarterback. So you can't go into next season without a guy like Jarrett Stidham and a young guy. Seriously. You can't. You have to have all three phases of the quarterback. You got to keep a roster spot open for a guy to be here, like a rookie and Stidham. And if you bring a Brady in or another vet, you got to have three quarterbacks on his roster next year. There ain't no two ways around it, man. And thank you for the $10 super top beats. I appreciate you, my brother. Wait a minute. Okay. McDaniels finally looked like the play caller that we thought he was. Looks like he needed a certain QB to execute his plays. Yeah, man, it's looking that way, my brother. Now let's get into some of the fuckery, man. Let's get into some. Let me get down here. It's so many of y'all in here, man. I am fucking up. I am behind on the chat. I'm behind on supers, man. I'm tweaking, bro. Man, Miller got ragdoll in that goal line stop, bro. Yeah, man. A lot of people, bro. A lot of guys are getting ragdoll, my brother. A lot of hey, we got to focus on them trenches. David Carr promoting a podcast to trash the Raiders. Now, we're going to get into this, Raider Lux. Give me a second. Let's get past like breaking down the game, and we're definitely going to get into the Carr guys. Reese Rock, Tom Brady had 400 yards, 4 TDs. If that's old wash, I'll take that mofo. Mike Evans got 220 yards. Imagine Adams. Yeah, bro. Yeah, brother. Hey, bro, we got a bunch of Niner clowns up in here. What's up? It's all good, though. 49er fan here. Y'all need to give yourself credit. You exposed our defense. Jacob, I appreciate the $5 super chat. And if you call that being exposed, then you know it is. We'll take it. But you know, at the end of the day, man, everybody gets paid in the National Football League, right? The Raiders have a very, very talented offense and talented defense. Sometimes those things happen. I don't know if that another team will be able to go and follow the format that we used. It's very few teams in the league who have the skill position players that we do. Let's just call it what it is. You know, we have a top 5 guy at a lot of the major positions here. So let's see how that all works out. My dog, Nick Bailey. I just smashed my massive TV because of how bad this team and franchise is. Bad coach and bad QB. And I will now be leaving to be a Steelers fan where they know how to run a football team and have 6 super. See, Nick Bailey, if that's what you're doing, bro, then yo, kick rocks. The nation don't need you around, brother. Because when it comes to leading and going to other teams, you must have had that in your heart your entire time being a Raider. You're not, we don't need that over here. Kick rocks, brother. Go to the Squealer Nation. What if we trade for Rodgers or Aaron Donald? EBK Young Bull, that's some John Madden football shit. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Rodgers, if you trade for Aaron Rodgers, then that means that now you got to deal with the contract that he has coming in. Aaron Rodgers makes damn near $50 million a year, bro. It's just, it doesn't make any sense to me at this point. The reason why the Brady narrative is more tangible is because Brady is a shorter term contract. It's less money. It's a shorter amount of time. And it's something to where you can turn this thing around by Josh McDaniels, the time to develop a quarterback. Who wouldn't want to sit behind Tom Brady? But if you don't have a guy that's a viable option, you bring in a rookie quarterback, you got to put him out there immediately. You got to go through the lumps and you got to go through if you ruin the kid or if he gets hurt or if he's getting. I think the best way to approach the quarterback thing is to let the kid sit and learn, really. Because you look at that helped Patrick Mahomes, I feel like it helped Josh Allen as well, to be quite honest with you, my brother. Yeah, man. There's a lot of fake fans up in here, bro. Not up in here today, but there's a lot of people, man, who put their feelings and bullshit over what's really real, man. Stevie Ray, wasted. If we end up with the number 7 pick, is that too high that draft Anderson Richardson or to sit for 2 years, especially if we get Brady or Stidham? Now, see, bro, it all depends, bro. See, if you're gonna take a top 7 guy, bro, you will probably want that top 7 guy to be playing. If I'm gonna get a developmental guy and he's in the second or the third round, then I can live with Tom Brady playing. If you get a chance to draft a guy like CJ Stroud, man, or somebody like that, it's hard to tell them to leave that kid on the bench. Theoretically, would I like that to happen? Yeah. But it's hard. It's hard to tell people to keep a guy that you invested that much money in draft capital and to sit on the bench for a whole season. Now, I've seen that shit. Seen that shit happen. I've seen it work. Yo, we got over 700 in the room. Get wasted with your brother wasted. The fly and wonderful Lee Zadell. Appreciate you for pulling up. Appreciate the $5 super chat. TB12 is the king of JMD's scheme. And Stiddy is a solid QB too. And we are drafting a rookie QB that can learn behind these two. Pay JJ, upgrade the defense. And that's really the main blueprint for success next season, Lees. I would love to see that. I would love to see a guy like Brady start, have a guy like Stiddy just in case Brady gets dinged up, and to have a kid that could watch all of this. Have two guys who are masters at this offense dictate that to him. Frank White, what it is, we've been in every game except the NO game. I remember Herman would say a good QB can win 4 games a year, and that's what we were missing. Now, hey, man, look, I can't argue with you, my brother. I cannot argue with you. Brute Warrior, Stidham showed me that the team was waiting for a competent QB, man. And I see, guys, I don't want to just sit up here and shit on Derek. You know, Derek has been a good quarterback for us. He's done a great job over the years. I think this year he's regressed, and I think a little of this goes into the fact that, he's had so many damn systems, all these different coaches, all these offensive coordinators, all these schemes. It's been a lot that's happened to this guy, and I just feel like he just needs a fresh start all the way around, and everybody needed a fresh start, and it shouldn't be any hard feelings about that. Silver and Black Entertainment. The Carr family should be thanking the Raiders organization for keeping that bum for 9 years. Oh, my God. You guys are brutal in here today, man. The franchise is traumatized by the bad QB for recent years. The players and fans don't trust good QB play. Yeah, man, sometimes, bro, it's like the battered woman syndrome. You don't know when you got a good thing right in your face, right? From accepting a guy that's going to just keep, fucking up. But it is what it is, bro. I get it. My dog, I want Roquan Smith in the middle. Go get him, champ. Bro, I hope. But see, I think, look, the Ravens traded for him. Did they give him another contract, LV? Because I got to look. I don't even think, I know he's going to be, I don't think the Ravens giving up what they gave up for him are going to let him walk out the door, bro. They're going to throw the world at Roquan Smith. But I would look, man, I would too, man, because it's not too many guys. I was hoping that we drafted Roquan Smith when he's coming out. We was in a position to, and we didn't. Carr to who? And no, he's way too sensitive for New York. Vrabel is from New England and is tough like Gruden. Too soft for there. Plus, they don't have Adams at wide receiver. Carter the Panthers. Man, look, who cares where Derek Carr goes, to be honest with you? That has nothing to do with us. I just hope that wherever he goes, we get draft compensation for him. Now, I've heard a lot of people saying that he's not going to help the Raiders out because he has a no-trade clause. He doesn't really have to. This is the thing that people don't understand about this no-trade clause. Yeah, he has it. But if they cut him, now he can go where he wants, but now you got to negotiate a contract. And I guarantee you, no team in football will give him the deal that we gave him. No team in football. So it would behoove him to get traded financially. Gorell Webster, my dog. Wasted. I've been a Raider fan since 1970. I don't care how bad they may play. Raider for life. Let them go to the Steelers. The paper curtain. My dog, man. That's what I'm talking about, yo. Yo, Mando Elite, $2 super chat. Rick Grimes, the real honest Raider, 100% right. Yo, Grime Time was not wrong. I cannot say that I have anything against what he was saying, my brother. I can't, man. Thick Frame E's in the place. Shout out to Thick Frame E. Carr's not going anywhere, coach. He's got to go where he's got to go if they trade him there. I'll be honest with you. Wasted. Would like to throw a bag at Brandon Graham. Now, see, what kind of bag are we throwing at Brandon Graham? Because Brandon Graham is a good pass rusher. He's not great against the run. And the thing about Brandon Graham is Brandon Graham needs that help from the defensive tackles. That's one thing Brandon Graham has always had the luxury of in Philadelphia is playing next to Fletcher Cox and now Jordan Davis. We don't have that. So to me, he's a good pass rusher if you have the right pieces in place. I would kind of probably prioritize getting a better defensive tackle. My dog, peace out, man. Get back to work, my dog. My dog, Lord Zemanus. Yo, that game was tight no matter the loss, but if Stidham plays like that again on Saturday, I feel more comfortable with him competing for a starting position. I would too, my brother. What happened to Tillery? I don't know, man. He was MIA yesterday. Yeah, Deron Payne is a guy that I can really see us targeting. The thing with Deron Payne is, man, I think that there's a team in his division who needs him. And I think the Dallas Cowboys are probably going to throw the world at Deron Payne for what I'm hearing. Allison Tuckwa. What about Jordan Love, who was sitting behind Rodgers, waiting for the GOAT Aaron Rodgers? Yo, listen, I've been saying, yo, if you got a chance to get Jordan Love, it depends on whether the price is right. Now, I'm not going out and giving a first, a second, or a third for Jordan Love, even though he's a first round pick, right? And he hasn't really done anything. He's the kind of young guy that you can bring in and develop because he's got a lot of physical skills and a lot of physical talent. You know what I mean? It's all really about what's up in his ears. And he's been sitting behind Aaron Rodgers waiting to play. I'd have no problem with bringing a guy like that in. Like, see, me, I'm the kind of guy that I feel like you bring in big, strong quarterbacks that you can develop. You put them out there and you see who's the guy who sticks. You know, that's how I feel, man. I've always felt like that. Now, guys, we're going to get into a lot of this David Carr nonsense, bro. Look, there's been a lot that's been said. There's been a lot of hard feelings. But the one thing that I don't like, and Ben Bad, he says, you know, you can watch it on Harvester Sports. There is a podcast on Harvester Sports. David Carr's sons run this podcast. And he said that, in his own words, that he is going to go on and tell the truth about what happened with the Raiders. Right now, listen, we all know, man, that it's your word, your view, his word, his view, and the real truth in the middle, right? So this is a man that really is not objective because, listen, it's his younger brother. Yo, it's his younger brother, man. It's his younger brother. It is what the fuck it is, man. But I'm going to read the tweet from David Carr. TV isn't enough time to dedicate to at the Raiders. Derek has moved on, but I may still have a few things left to get off my chest. Shooting the podcast will harvest the sports soon. Everyone would at least come away with a good idea of what is going on with the Raiders, fan or not. Now, look, man, this guy posted pictures of his children with 49ers stuff on, you know, all weekend. He's been talking slick. He's been putting shit out there. I'm going to be honest with you, man. If there's anything that's good that's come out of all of this, no matter how you feel about Derek Carr or how you feel about the Raiders or the lack of supposed, you know, grace that they gave him, which we're going to get into that too. What I won't stand for is David Carr acting like something was done wrong to his brother. That is the biggest, most Bush League bullshit that I've ever seen. And I think, to be quite honest with you, him showing his lack of perspective puts into question what kind of analyst he is on NFL Network. I think he's a fucking clown for this. I really do. I think he should shut up. And this is one of the biggest problems I've always had with his brother, because you got your brother fighting your battle instead of being a fucking man and speaking out about what you feel. Why do you need your brother to come and fight your battles for you, bro? Why? Why do you need your brother to fight your battles for you? You're going, you know, whatever decision was made was made. I don't know whether the Raiders told Derek to stay home and not hold the clipboard or whether Derek felt like that. But what I will say to you is, either which way, man, just let it be what it is. Next week's the last game of the season. The offseason will come. You're going to go where you go. The Raiders are going to move on where they and it should be no bullshit, because the Raiders paid this man. The Raiders have allowed him to be quarterback way longer than any other organization would have. And I want to hear this bullshit that, he's been done wrong. All of this conspiracy theory nonsense, they're not calling the right play. Oh, that's all it's all bullshit. Raider Primos, David Carr ain't getting no sympathy from me. It's business at the end of the day. It's the NFL, and that is a fact. The real truth is in the middle. He was a decent, sometimes good, sometimes bad. He's just not a Super Bowl QB. We got to move on. David Romero, that is a stone cold lead pipe fact. I appreciate you, my dog. Yeah, my dog, Titus CPT. Just subscribe because I ain't a dick rider. I appreciate you. Let's go. Let's fucking go, man. Appreciate your subscription, my brother. Joining the Wasted Talent Army, man. Somebody says liar. Please. Jonathan Lamelli. Good to see you, Wasted. Happy holidays to you and your family, brother. Go Raider. Jonathan Lamelli, good to see you, bro. Good to see you, man. Shout out to you and the fam, my brother. Appreciate you, my dog. What truth? They decided to move on after McDaniels gave him a year to prove himself. Carr didn't meet expectations. That's simple. Everybody, we got to be adults about this shit. We got to be adults about this, no matter where it is. Carr's going to go somewhere and ball out. He might, Chad S. He might. But you know what? The way it was looking here is that it wasn't going to happen here. So wherever he needs to go for that to happen, great. But we need to move on and find a guy who can ball out for us right here. And apparently he wasn't the guy. Not this year. Snaps, he is unprofessional posting that. Dude, to be quite honest with you, man, I understand it's his baby brother. I got a younger brother. I ride to the death with my little brother. But the thing is, bro, there's some shit that you don't need to do in public. I just think men shouldn't do that. He got grown children. I just think grown men shouldn't do shit like that. That's my personal opinion. I think that's trash of him. Aaron Rodgers is 39 years old. Jordan Love is 24 years old. And that's a fact. So when you look at that, Allison, I don't know how many years they can let Jordan Love sit. Now, what I do know is that they just gave Aaron Rodgers the world. So it don't look like they're holding a job for Jordan Love. That's all I'm going to say. Jordan Love been there for a couple, 3 years at the most, I think. I could be wrong because I'm not really that familiar with the Packers contract situation. But Jordan Love has been there over 2 years, sitting there waiting to play. He's a first-round pick, and eventually they either got to get some compensation for him or give him the job. And that's just a fact. So if they do, and Aaron Rodgers is there, and Aaron Rodgers is willing to take a haircut financially, we'll take him here. We got over 767 in the room. Y'all have been getting wasted at a great level today. But yo, let me see something, man. Bro, the Raiders gave Carr everything they possibly could, and Carr did the same for us. Let bygones be bygones. Thank you for your time and best of luck. That's a fact, bro. Romeo Techno. The NFL is a business, and the players are the salesmen. When they don't meet their quota, they get let go, plain and simple. And that's that sense of entitlement that kind of bothers me, man. Because I can give you guys a couple of different scenarios where all-time great quarterbacks were gracious, held the clipboard, and went out like men. Give you an example. In the past, when the Colts moved on from Johnny Unitas, Johnny Unitas had to sit there and watch. Johnny Unitas, the man who built this league, one of the great quarterbacks of all time, man. One of the great quarterbacks of all time had to sit there and be gracious in Baltimore when he was sat down in the twilight of his career. Three-time MVP, John Unitas. He was a backup for a guy with 6 career starts. And guess what? His teammates consoled Unitas. And what he did was he sat there and set aside his pride, man. He set aside his pride and he held that clipboard and he helped that kid win the game. He helped that kid. Okay, let's look at more recent times. Let's talk about Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning actually got benched for Brock Osweiler. Brock Osweiler, guys. The Brock star. Peyton Manning handled it like a man. And these are guys that are fucking immortal. Immortal. Matt Ryan handled it like a man. But Derek Carr is done wrong? Give me a fucking break. Give me a break. And some of you are out here running around like he is owed some kind of grace on the way out. That is what happens in the National Football League. You get sat down for a younger player. It happens at every position. And guess what? Nobody is crying for people. I watched Joe Montana sit there and watch Steve Young take his job when he came back and get his back broken. And they ran him out of town. And he did well. I mean, but goddamn. We're talking about the immortals of the league who had this happen to him. So why would we think that it would be any different for him? I'd rather have Stidham over Jordan Love. I mean, bro, I'd rather have them both on the roster and see who wins. Like, to be honest with you, bro, that's what I want. I want to see those guys go into camp and really fight it out. I don't want anyone to be given a job, especially at quarterback anymore, Big Mike. I want to see talented young guys who everybody that we bring in is somebody that we believe can actually win the job. I'm talking about a real quarterback competition, not these straw man quarterback competitions where you got a guy that's like a seventh round pick that you know is definitely not going to win the job, and then the guy that you want to have the job, and a guy that you have slotted as a backup, and it all works out and it's chalk. I want to see a real quarterback competition to where we're sitting on the edge of our seat watching preseason. We're sitting on the edge of our seat talking about practice every day. I want to see a real competition, my brother. Carr said this. My dog. Carr signed a 1-year prove-it deal. He bet on himself and he lost. He got benched for not performing. He cried and asked to go home, and the Raiders let him. How did the Raiders do him dirty? I'll wait. Thank you, my brother. Jamal, Maul, thank you for the 49 super chat. Carr has been here for half of the 20 years of losing. At some point, you have to win in spite of what's around you. No QB has everything. That is a factory. That is a factory. No, really, guys. I gotta give you guys credit for real. You guys gave us a game, but in the end, the Empire beat the nation. For real. 49 agent. Yo, you gotta give us credit. Y'all beat us, but look, man, that don't matter. Savor the flavor. It's not happening again, my brother. Giovanni B, my dog. I feel so bad for Carr. The audacity of the Raiders to make him generationally wealthy for mediocre play. How dare the Raiders draft and believe in him for a decade? Poor DC. It's like all with it upwards, my brother. All with it upwards. Yeah, bro. He did go to San Diego. But no, wait a minute. Wait. Namath went to the Rams. Unitas went to San Diego, but he did get benched and had to watch a guy who only started 6 times play ahead of him, bro, before that happened. So that is what it is, my brother. Okay, here we go. Any job in the world, if you don't perform, you're going to get demoted. And, bro, that's pretty much, I guess, because I'm a working man. That's how I look at things, man. If you're not producing and you're not a part of the solution, you're part of the problem. And I guess that's how they viewed it. Guys, we got a new member of the Wasted Talent Army. My dog, Zeke Gibbons, has become a member. Zeke, thank you. Thank you. And Zeke, guess what? This is a perfect time to be a member of this channel, my dog, because we are reforming the membership of this channel. I haven't given the members enough, and I know that, and Wasted always like to deliver. So you're going to get a lot of members only exclusive content. We're going to be giving away merch. It's going to be great in the offseason, man. We are reforming and reshaping Raider Nation Unlimited in the offseason to go ahead for the future. Carr doesn't remember that even Montana got thrown in the curb after everything he did for the Winers. And he actually did do outside of being our face of our media. Wait, what did he actually do outside of being a media face for the outside? Thank you. I'm sorry. I fucked up. Carr doesn't remember that even Montana got thrown to the curb after everything he did for the Winers. What did he actually do outside of being our face for the media? Thankfully for that. Yeah, that's a fact, bro. And I fucked that up in a real way. I appreciate you, bro. Pretty litty, gritty, stiddy. I hope he's the answer. Guys, I don't want to get into this situation where we're giving, we making Jarrett Stidham, we canonizing him after one game. Let's be patient here, y'all. Let's be patient. My dog, Anthony Estrada, salute to my brother, my Raider brother, Wasted Talent. Honestly, no disappointment yesterday. I just wanted a complete competitive game, and that's how I feel too, my brother. Same here. Raider Primos, I appreciate you for the $9.99 super, bro. Niners fans couldn't stop saying good things about Stidham yesterday. These fans on the outside looking in. I have family who are Niners fans saying Carr threw 3 TDs in 11 games in. Stidham needed one. So wait. He only threw 3Ds against the Niners or something. Primos, put that in the chat, bro. That's crazy, man. I didn't even know that number right there. Yo, Ken Stabler and Jack Tatum went to Houston. Tim Brown went to Tampa. That's a fact, bro. Now, if a top QB happens to be the clear truth, so be it. But Stidham knows the offense, and that's a fact. I just want it to be straight competition. That's how I'm viewing it. Competition, my brother. Lee Zadell, the Flying Wonderful. This is what happens when you drag a relationship. We dragged the Carr family for 4 more years when he shouldn't have been given a second contract. It's bitter X syndrome. You bugging, yo. Even Bill Walsh said, I'd rather get rid of a player too early than too late. Example, Joe Montana. That's a fact. Can I get my flowers now, John B., for being right about number 4? The much needed change I've been calling for. Stidham look good. Also, let's address the phony, carry, or fake me in the comments. John B. Oh man, John B. Do you wait a minute? We got a fake John B in here. Listen, we will have no John B slander. John B, you get all the props. Thank you for the $9.99 super chat. You have been saying it all season. But bro, like I said, like this organization did everything the right way. Now, if Josh McDaniels would have came in here and went full John Gruden and just cut Derek Carr, people will be saying what would have been. People would have turned on him. People would have said that he's the same fucking asshole who did all of this crap when he was in Denver and got rid of Jay Cutler. Crazy. Oh, wait a minute. There's only 2 QBs this season who've thrown 3 touchdowns against the 49ers. Patrick Mahomes and Jarrett Stidham. So that makes sense in my dog Primos' comment. That's crazy, bro. That is crazy. Now, guys, offseason's rapidly approaching, man. The offseason is rapidly approaching. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. We are going to go into this offseason and we are going to break down some of the free agent moves that are going to happen. You know how Mount Shieldmore does. You know how Wasted does. You know how Andy does. You know how Hammer does. You know how Graphic does. We go over the draft ad nauseum. We do a lot of mock drafts. We do a lot of homework. I got some guys like my dog Broshmo coming on. I'm going to try to tap in with some other content creators who are draft heavy guys. And we're going to be giving you all that you want when it comes to the draft. Because I know you guys want to hear about the draft. My only knock on Stiddy is his low release. Yeah, Irvin Hunter. Yeah, I noticed the way the ball comes out of his hand, man. But he got a slinky too, bro. That is, brother, just happened because oh yeah, you talk about Eli Manning. That was a bad. Well, hold up. Stiddy hangs in there and takes the hit or would take off running, man. We needed that in 2017, and that's a fact, bro. That is a fact, bro. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Before I leave, we're going to go over some potential free agents. My dog Van said, yo, this shit is lit in here today, man. This is lit, man. Lit. Love that stat. Carr Sexuals put up his TDs next to Rodgers and other greats, but ignore all the other objective stats. That's the fact, bro. I don't want to make this a Derek Carr shit show. For real, man. Maybe I need to back off like this. So, wait a minute. You act like we fixed the problem. Same outcome yesterday. Jason Casillas, nobody says we fixed anything. What we need to see at this point in the season is incremental improvements in areas because we know that this season is done. This is what we know. This season was done whether we won or not yesterday because we can get eliminated for not even playing, right? We shouldn't even be in this position. The previous quarterback was the guy who was the incumbent quarterback who put us in this position, not Jarrett Stidham. What I need to see is I always want to win every week. I don't care about the draft, right? As far as that goes, I want to, especially with the Niners. Like the Chiefs and the Niners are 2 games. I don't care. I need to win those, right? But I wanted to see. Let's see if Josh McDaniels is so terrible. Let's really see. Let's see what it looks like. This is something that we have not been able to gauge for almost a decade. So for people to say, oh, well, they didn't win. Like, yo, all right. So these are the same people who makes every excuse in the world when we were losing with the guy that y'all believe in for why we lost and why it wasn't his fault. So why can't I look at this and say, okay, we lost. Let me be objective and let's look at the positives within that loss. It is always negative as a whole when the team loses, but you want to evaluate things from a place where, okay, what happened here? How did we look? And then, guys, let's not act like we had a full deck. We lost our tackles leader. We lost Chandler Jones. We lost Rocky Sin, bro. We lost a lot of guys before this game, guys. And we lost a lot of guys on the offensive line. So this was a tall order, no matter who you had playing quarterback. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers playing quarterback. That would have been a tall order. And to watch a young quarterback come out and show us that there's life, that this offense is fluid, that the play caller that we thought we got in Josh McDaniels looks like he still knows what he's doing. So now you got to look back at the rest of the season and you got to evaluate it from a different standpoint. Was it the coaching or was it the execution? See, that's the piece of this shit when you get a lot of these guys who, to me, are just shooting in the dark emotionally and they're saying, oh, Josh McDaniels is terrible. This guy has never been terrible his whole career. So why is he terrible now? He's never been terrible as a play caller. Now, as a head coach, there have been so many head coaches that have become Hall of Fame head coaches who did not get the job done their first go round. Let's call it what it is. There's so many guys who was a wing and a prayer or a decision here or there, who could have been fired prematurely and weren't and turned it all around. Zach Taylor's a guy that comes to mind right now with the Cincinnati Bengals. People wanted to run him out of town. And look what he's done. See, it's all about getting your guys and building your program and changing a culture. See, we have had to overcome a lot with this team. This team had to change cultures 3 times in 1 year. You had to go, twice in 1 year. You had to go from the Gruden culture to the Richie B culture, now to a drastic change to the Patriot way, the Josh McDaniel, David Ziegler way. So that's a caveat too. These guys are human beings. They're not robots. Then you have a fucking offense that Devontae Adams said is the most complicated offense he's ever seen. It's like learning Mandarin. So if you got a pro like Devontae Adams struggling with that, because Hall of Famers on the field are normally Hall of Famers in the classroom too, and that's the reason why they are who they are. Right? When you see shit like that, you gotta look at this thing from a fair and balanced point. Now, people are saying, "Oh, our defense is trash, is trash, is trash, is trash." This team was not built to be a defensive juggernaut. This defense does not have the players. It's a bend don't break defense. It does not have a lot of depth, and our depth has been decimated. And nobody will say anything. And it's like, "Oh, terrible coaching." It's like, dude, they don't like they are playing with a skeleton crew on defense. It is what it is at this point till it ain't. Hopefully in the offseason they can go and address it and we can move forward. My dog. I see a super in here. My dog, man. Classic man Q. Y'all see Stidham wife? No wonder why he played like that. All jokes aside, I like what I saw from Stidham. Did what I've been asking Carr to do all in one game. That's a fact, bro. So, guys, we talking about potential free agents next year. Now, guys, we're going to get into this. We're going to get out of here, right? Jesse Bates. Annual average salary, $17.4 million. That's a tall price to pay for a safety, bro. But to be quite honest with you, the way Trayvon Merriman has been playing, bro, I would not have a problem with us going big on the secondary. James Bradbury is a guy that, I wanted last year. $10 million a year. I don't see James Bradbury leaving the Eagles, man. James Bradbury went to the Eagles because he didn't even have to move when he left the Giants and went to the Eagles, because New Jersey and Philadelphia are very, very close. You know what I mean? So he could drive to. I don't think James Bradbury, if the Eagles offer him a contract, I think he's gonna kind of ride off into the sunset there. Even though he's 29 years old, he's a 7-year pro. He's getting a little long in the tooth. I would probably go a different direction at this point. Now, Deron Payne, the crown jewel up front, man. Big defensive tackle, pass rushing guy, gets upfield. Deron Payne is projected to have a $17.1 million salary. To me, if you do anything this season and you can get a player of that caliber, I would. Because Deron Payne will make it that much easier for Max Crosby and Chandler Jones, and then bringing in the third pass rusher. Now you're cooking with gas right there, man. Now you a cooker with gas, man. His estimated market value, though, is at $14.2 million. That's the average salary. So let's see what happens, man. We got to get into some more of this, though, man. I'm going to tell y'all right now, we're going to get into some more free agent stuff. We're going to get into all of the draft stuff. But today, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I think we need to go today, man. I hate to go, man. We got almost shit, man. We got so many people in the place to be. The Raider Room is in a place to be. Salute to you, Raider Room. Shout out to you. Happy New Year's, my brother. You were doing great work over there on Instagram, y'all. And if any of y'all have not gone to the Raider Room and subscribed, what are you waiting for, man? Jeez, man. My brother, man. Kenny, what's up, man? Wasting my brother. The 202 has finally arrived. You late. Hey, man, you late, but at least you here, my dog. Hey, who died? Sotomir, who died, man? Uche, who? Wait, who died? We got a lot of guys talking trash. We're going to get up out of here. They said, wasted fiction bed sheet, man. Fuck you, Wes. We good to go over here, brother. We good to go over here, man. Is Graham a dead man walking? No. They got to give Patrick Graham some players, man. Like, I don't know if any of you guys saw the replay of what Dexter Lawrence did to Quentin Nelson yesterday, the best guard in football, but that's the kind of player he had with the Giants. Patrick Graham needs players. Point blank, period, man. I'm not going to sit up here and dog Patrick Graham out until they go and invest some real money into this side of the football. Oh, wow. Yo, man. Yo, Uche passed? Holy shit, man. Oh, I was on with Uche, bro. No way, man. Oh, that's terrible, man. Rest in peace, Uche, man. Rest in peace to the brother Uche. He was a cool-ass brother, man. Nah, bro, I've been on with Uche, man. Yeah, he's a cool brother, man. Cool brother, man. That's terrible, man. I'm so sorry to hear that. Y'all, wait a minute. Before I get off, we are one more sub away from 6,000 subscribers. So if anybody's in here who hasn't subscribed, please be the man to put me over 6K. We will be having a 6K celebration, y'all. Y'all, I love all of y'all, man. Rest in peace to Uche, guys. I got to go tonight. I got to go work out. I got to go eat dinner. And I got to tap in with the family, man. Love all of y'all. Y'all have a great night, man. Wait a minute, real quick on the way out, Guerra. It's funny how even when the Raiders draft defensive players that are supposed to be good, they turn out to be trash. Merring and now Hobbs. I don't think they trash. They just young, bro. They need other guys around them. Nate Hobbs in a situation where he went from playing next to Casey Hayward and a bunch of talented guys and then playing next to Rock in this season to it all being on him and him getting cooked. I think Nate Hobbs is best in the slot. I'm going to be quite honest with you, man. Johnny Ram just subscribed. We at 6K. Congratulations, man. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank you. Congratulations. I'm congratulating myself. What am I doing here? I'm not Barry Horowitz, patting myself on the back. Thank you guys for getting me to 6K, man. It'll be a year that I've been on this. It'll be a year probably at the end of February. So, man, thank y'all, man. Let's go. Let's run it up to 10K, man. And my guy, Mud Tide, a new channel member. Thank you for becoming a member of the Wasted Talent Army. It's still lit in the place to be. My brother Docs. Thank y'all. Yo, we got to have a 6K celebration. I'm putting it together. It's happening. I got to get out of here, man. Love all of y'all. Thank y'all so much, man. My brother, man. But yo, my dog, Docs, thank you. Thank you, Big Mike. Thank you, everybody, man. Thank y'all, chat, man. I appreciate everything from y'all, man. Thank you, man. Anthony Green just subscribed. Thank you for joining the Wasted Talent Army. Y'all, the equinox is alive. I'm going to go work out, man. Love all of y'all. Y'all have an excellent night, man. Thank y'all, man. Good night.